as a conclusion, while you were here today, the almost 9 hours that you were here today, a major crash happened every 9 seconds. Somebody died every 13 minutes. Okay, nationally, more than 36 people died today while you were sitting in here. 10 of them were your age. Motor vehicles crashes are the leading cause of death for teenagers. More than violence, more than drugs, more than diseases combined. We killed over 5,600 teenagers last year in car wrecks. That's more than the soldiers that have been killed in the Middle East since we've been there. 62% of the passenger deaths occurred in vehicles driven by another teenager. 2/3 of those teens killed weren't wearing seatbelts. That's just wrong. Over half of all occupant deaths in accidents are not restrained, are not wearing seatbelts. 62% of all accidents occur in urban areas. 60% of all fatal accidents occur on rural roads. Most of those roads weren't designed as roads. They're old trails, stagecoach, animal paths, whatever. 2-lane roads out there often offer limited runoff area and very little room for recovery if you drop 2 wheels off. 40% of all accidents happen on curves. Okay, going too fast, drop 2 wheels off, don't know what to do, overcorrect, game over. So, we hope you had some fun today. We hope you learned some new skills. Do I owe anybody any money? There you go. Good. This is the Darth Vader speech. Okay? You now have more knowledge and more skills than your friends do. Whether you use this for good or for evil, I can't control. But I can promise you I'll hear about it. Okay? This is a nice, closed, tight little group. And if we hear about something happening because of what you learned here today, it's not going to go over very well. Right? All the yellow shirt people standing around the room, students, parents, if you could lock eyes on one of them and say thank you. Because they're not getting anything other than a stinky shirt out of this. And I can promise you that shirt smells right now.
Got a sandwich.
I'm sorry.
What about rough time for the students?
Rough time for the students?
Yeah,
From the students. Well, that's usually not a benefit. All right. There are many ways that you can keep improving your driving skills. There's a little event held by the group that helps support this, which is the Highlands Sports Car Club. They do autocrossing, which is very similar to what you did today, except it's competition. It's timed. You're out there by yourself. You're trying to beat your time. Your insurance company might not be very happy about that, though, because it is competition in a vehicle, and you're not going to be covered for that. Okay? But you will improve your driving skill doing that. And once you're over 18, if you would like to do a high-performance driving school, we can do that on the racetrack. Yeah, go ahead.
Say something real quick?
Sure.
Hi, my name is Shane. I'm the president of Highlands Sports Car Club, and we'd like to offer anybody here who would like to participate in this higher performance driving school, take some of the skills you learned here and take it to the next level. We'd like to offer you a free membership for a year in Highlands Sports Car Club. So anybody here, if you would like to, you got a free membership. It's only $20, but hey, it's something free. So we definitely want to offer something. You know, hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a really good time putting it on. We want to thank Tire Rack, the BMW Car Club, all of these guys that do this. On behalf of Highlands, we want to thank all of them. Hope you guys had a good time. And if any of you want to join us for a little more advanced skills, we'd be happy to have you. So thank you.
You have to be 18 to do that?
You have to be 16. You have to have a full license. North Carolina has the provisional, like the the learner's permit and then a limited license, and it has to be a full license. Basically, the quick and easy way to remember it is if you can drive by yourself at any hour of the day legally, then you're legally allowed to drive at a Highlands event. So if you have any questions about it, just see one of the guys in the yellow shirts or me, and we happy to answer any questions. So thank you very much. We appreciate the opportunity.
Not a problem. Thank you all for the support of doing this. Brian actually, he contacted me a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, and said, hey, we really want to do this. Came down to Michelin, down to Lawrence in South Carolina, saw what we were doing down there, said, yeah, we can do this, spun this up and got all this going together. So he did a lot of work. Scott Meyers also did a lot of work on this. So I really thank him for it. So if you don't have any questions, sure, go ahead.
Are there any homeschoolers here today? Okay, how did you hear about us?
I don't know.
No,
He heard about it from his mother, I think.
we put a note out on the upstate South Carolina homeschool bulletin board, and I was just wondering if anyone had...
That's what we got on the email, Luke.
Okay, that's where it came through? Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, so anybody got any questions? Mr. Scott, can you?
Yep.
Now, what he's going to hand you is a certificate here, graduation certificate, suitable for framing, of course. But actually, parents, if you want to copy this, send it to your insurance agent. Tell them, don't ask them, tell them that your kid just went through an 8-hour advanced driving skill class and they deserve a reduction on your insurance. If they have any question about it, they can call me. I'll send them part of the curriculum. I'll explain what they are. I'll talk to them way longer than they want me to talk to them. But don't ask, kind of demand if you can. Some of the major insurance companies are starting to get interested in us, but we still got a ways to go before they'll really do it automatically. So Scott's going to call your name out if you come up here and grab your certificate. You can be on your way.
Okay, Will Newman.
Applause is appropriate.
Alyssa Maness. Amelia Lynn. Susanna Lofton. Mitchell Hart. Cole Edwards. Hazel Clark. Congratulations. Allison Caligiuri. She stood up, it must be. Will Hughes. William Wheat.
We had one that decided not to go.
Yeah.
Morgan Pittman.
That's the guy with the auto.
Christian Whitaker. Kelly Stewart.
Good job.
Not the other Kelly yet. Adam Schuler. Kelly Schuler. Nathan Shore.
All right, Nathan.
Jacob Shandabel. Did anybody not get one?
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been registered till after they were printed, so.
Okay.
We'll have to.
Give me your name and you're going to get one right away.
All right.
Are you automatically on your mailing list, so if you come back in the fall, we'll automatically be
Yes,
notified?
you are. We got your contact information. Some of you heard this speech, so the ones that did, sorry. You're going to get an email from me, both the parent and the student, inviting you to participate in an online survey in about 6 weeks. We intentionally wait a while, so some of this kind of sinks in. And unfortunately, you might have to put some of these skills to use. But the online survey will just ask you some information on if you've had any incidents, what you got out of the class, some of that kind of stuff. At the end of that survey, we're going to ask, can we follow you for a while? We'd like to check in about every 6 months or a year, just to kind of get a feedback on any incidents or that kind of stuff. That way we can go to the insurance companies with a big block of data and say, look, we followed these kids for 5 years. They've got less wrecks than the kid that didn't go through the program for 5 years. So, but also when we do open up another school in this area, you'll get an email from us, so you can bring another sibling, you can tell your friends and neighbors, you know, whatever. Word of mouth is really the best advertisement that we've got. We're a nonprofit. We don't have money for an advertising budget. We're all over the United States anyway, so we really kind of rely on a lot of word of mouth. You interrupted me and I couldn't hear what you said. So what you said?
No, it's a lot of people have taken this more than once, so that's always an option if you.
Especially a permitted driver, somebody that hasn't got a lot of seat time behind the wheel. It's good to come back in a year and kind of do it again. Drag somebody with you. Parents, you see what this does. You know, talk about it at work, talk about it at church, talk about it wherever you are. And that's what's going to help us fill these schools up. All right, guys, anything? Brian,
I'd
anything?
just like to say thank you to everybody for coming out, and I appreciate you parents bringing all your kids out, and appreciate all the help and all the help that you give me.
All right.
I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they talked about the process.
All right, we've got one last thing is the graduation exercise, combined exercise. If you want to get your parent in a car, we can fill up the car as much as you can, as long as it's got doors. Okay, we can't put anybody in the back seat of a car if they don't have any rear doors. It's kind of a safety thing. So if you got 4 doors and you got 4 people, have at it.
Do you want the instructors to go with them on the first lap, or does it matter?
Can. If the instructor wants to jump in just for that first lap, that would be great, so we know which way to go. And if you press for time, you don't want to do this and you want to get out of here, I understand that as well. It's been a long day and everybody's hot. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.